Once upon a time, in the era of Dwapara Yuga, the third age of the world's cycle of yugas, Satya Yuga, Tetra Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga, in which humanity shows its first significant decline in righteousness. An age where morality and immorality coexist equally, and spirituality is deteriorating. In this age, Krishna, an avatar of Vishnu, took birth to establish a Dharma, divine truth or justice. He taught humanity vital lessons to expand their consciousness. He taught about Dharma, responsibility, righteousness, devotion, the essence of life, and fulfilling responsibilities without concern to the outcome, emphasizing unselfish conduct. He played a very important role in this era, where the great epic of Mahabharata taken place.
Whenever there is a decline in righteousness and an increase in sinfulness, O descendant of Bharata, at that time I manifest myself on earth to protect the righteous, to annihilate the wicked, and to re-establish the principles of Dharma. I appear on this earth, age after age. Weapons cannot shred the soul, nor can fire burn it. Water cannot wet it, nor can the wind dry it. All the best among warriors fight for the sake of duty, treating alike happiness and distress, loss and gains, victory and defeat, fulfilling your responsibility. In this way, you will never incur sin.
The Mahabharata, Season 1, Episode 3, The Story of Emperor Bharata. As narrated previously, rejected by her husband, King Dushyanta, Shakuntala decided to live alone in a nearby forest. After a month's time, she gave birth to a handsome baby boy. She named him Bharata. Bharata was a brave child. Days became months and years passed on. Shakuntala became a responsible mother. She underwent all the hardship in the forest. She taught him all the Vedic chantings and divine mantras. Bharata grew without any human company other than her mother. All around in the jungle, he encountered wild animals, plants, and trees. He developed into fearless, healthy, and active child. Lions and tigers were his friends, and he used to ride them as we ride horses. One day, she said to his boy,
"Bharata, you are still small, boy. Play inside the house. Do not go deep in the forest alone. It is filled with wild animals."
Bharata replied,
"I am not scared with wild animals, mother. I play with the cub of the tiger and lion. They are my friends. They don't harm me."
"My dear child, I don't have anyone other than you. If something happens to you, I don't know what I will do. Please be careful."
Shakuntala said. Bharata told his mother,
"Don't cry, mother. I always see you crying. Why aren't you happy?"
Shakuntala replied,
"My son, I am happy as long as you are with me."
Bharata asked her mother,
"All the animals, even the lions and tigers, have a
said,
My child, your father is King Dushyanta, and he lives in the city. He has to take care of the kingdom.
Bharata responded.
But then why are we here? We should also go and stay in the city with him.
Shakuntala replied.
Your father will come one day to take us to his kingdom. Till then we will stay here.
Thus Shakuntala convinced his son. She was deeply disturbed by her son's eagerness to meet his father and did not know how much longer she could dissuade him. She then continued to teach him, as a prince should be taught, skills in archery and use of other weapons, as also acquainted him with scriptures, Veda and Upanishad. Bharata soon grew up as handsome, intelligent, and fearless youth, a prince in exile. There in the kingdom of Dushyanta, one fisherman caught the fish that had swallowed the royal ring that had slipped from the finger of Shakuntala. When he cut open the fish, he found the ring. He rushed to the royal court and narrated the story to the king. On seeing his ring, the king remembered everything about Shakuntala and his love for her. He was sorry to send his pregnant wife away with such rudeness. He sent all his men all around the kingdom in search for Shakuntala. Months passed on. Dushyanta lost interest in his kingdom. He could not concentrate on the affairs of his kingdom.
My lord, why don't you go for hunting for some time? Time away from the kingdom may distract your mind.
His loyal attendant said,
I don't want to go anywhere, nor do I want to stay here.
His attendant reminded,
Great king, you are a great warrior. Thousands of people in this country are dependent on you. If you cannot concentrate on the affairs of the ministry, our enemies will capture our kingdom very easily. Have mercy on us, Maharaj. And please cheer up. You will definitely meet your wife and child again one day.
Upon receiving the advice of his attendant, King Dushyanta went on a hunting expedition to the forest. While hunting, the good news reached him when his minister told him about Shakuntala and her handsome son safe in the heart of the forest. His minister said,
Great king, Shakuntala came in search of you when she was carrying your child, but you did not recognize her. It's all because the curse of Sage Agastya. Now, after seeing the ring, you have got back your memory. You may find them in the forest.
Suddenly, he saw a small boy opening the mouth of Lion Cub with his hands. Dushyanta was shocked and said,
Young and brave warrior, what are you doing?
Can't you see that I am playing with my friend, the lion?
Lions are dangerous. The mother lion will kill you. Move away from here.
The king said.
I am not scared. I will even put my head inside Mother Lion's mouth. He will not harm me.
Dushyanta was completely taken back with the boldness of the young boy and said,
You don't look like a forest boy. You look like a prince. Are you staying in the forest?
The boy replied,
My name is Bharata, and I stay here in the forest. I play with all the animals. They are my friends. I even play with lions and tigers. They all take care of me very well.
The king then asked,
Where are your parents?
The boy replied,
I stay with my mother, whom I love very much. She is very hardworking and takes care of me very well. She always said,
Who is your father?
The king asked.
My father is King Dushyanta.
Dushyanta's joy knew no bounds. He hugged and kissed Bharata and said,
Bharata, I am your father, King Dushyanta.
Bharata was joyful after meeting his father. He rushed to his mother and began screaming from outside the house.
Mother, look who has come. My father has come. Come fast.
Bharata informed his mother. Shakuntala could not believe her eyes. She became speechless, and tears started rolling down her cheeks. She ran and fell at Dushyanta's feet. Dushyanta took her in his arms and consoled her.
Shakuntala, will you forgive this sinner?
The king said,
My lord, it is my curse and my failure to do my duties. That was the reason for all this suffering. I knew that one day you would come to take us.
The king said,
Shakuntala, I will put an end to your suffering this moment. Come, let us leave this place.
The king also begged their pardon and with due honor and festivity brought them to the palace. Eventually, Bharata became the king of ancient India. His rule extended over a vast area, almost all over India. Righteousness and justice prevailed everywhere. There was no want, no misery, nor any disease in his kingdom. Since then, India is also known as Bharatavarsha, or the land of Bharata. The story of Mahabharata all began with King Bharata, a mighty great ruler of Hastinapura. Bharata's ideals of governance, where merit triumphed over mere lineage, laid the foundation for a dynasty built on Dharma. His reign was a golden age, an era when justice, fairness flourished, and his legacy was carried forward through his descendants. King Bharata is also famous for his moral decision to disqualify his children from ruling the kingdom in order to prioritize the welfare of his people. His decision is an example of the moral lesson that the welfare of the people is much more important than a king owns life. Bharata's decision was supported by his royal sages, called him the Rajadharaj, or King of Kings. When it was time to hand over his kingdom, he appointed Bhumanyu as his successor. Bhumanyu was not an heir to the throne or a lineal descendant. When King Bharata concluded that his sons were not worthy of becoming king, he did not shy away from appointing another person as his successor. Emperor Bharata gave a lesson to mankind that power should go to the person who is worthy, capable, and virtuous enough to rule in a just manner. His descendants flourished as mighty Kurus. Their kingdom extended in North India, the capital city of which was Hastinapura. The successive great kings ruled from here, great not only in material prosperity, but also in their strength and character. Their whole life and activity was centered around upholding the rule of Dharma, or righteousness. To this noble rulers, life was meaningless if not lived according to the Dharma. The story of King Bharata is a tale of bravery, and it teaches that desires are responsible for joy and sorrow, and that one should control their senses and limit their desires. Let us continue to embark on a journey through time to explore the origins of this timeless epic. The story of mankind, the story of Dharma. If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to support us and stay connected with more engaging videos.